Hello everyone and welcome back at Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Welcome back for another video. We are here for Junk Journal January 2024, day 6. Oh my goodness, day 6 already. You guys, this month is flying by so quickly already. So day 6, our prompt word is memory. Now, again, because this is a new adventure for me, to do a video every day for January and just kind of, finding time as I'm back to work full time after the holidays and just life in general. It's a challenge to get all the videos made and to be able to participate fully in every day that there is. So I was kind of humming and hawing about this particular prompt word and how I could go about, what is memory? How can I build memory into this challenge? And then I had like an epiphany moment, and I remembered this little booklet journal here. This is actually my first ever journal, and it was made for my father-in-law. And it's a good and sad memory because it's been 4 years as of January 1st that he passed away. Excuse me, I'm a little emotional. Anyways, I had made this for him, obviously, when he was alive. I made it for him for Father's Day, and I'll show you how I made it. I made it with the help of some silhouette cut files. So if you are familiar with a silhouette cut machine, there is one of these templates for these booklets. But you can easily make these without the cut files. You can do these on your own. And sorry, now that I'm all teary, my contacts are acting up on me. Just give me one moment here as I try and settle them down back on my eyeballs. Okay, you no more cry now. You no more cry. The more you cry, the less you pee. Okay. So anyways, here's what I've done. I had some really cool kind of leather-like scrapbook paper that I used for kind of the the spine of it to give it structure. I've used cardstock, or not cardstock, sorry, chipboard, and then cardstock over top. And I look at this now and I am so inclined to take my inker to the edges and ink it. I think that would have looked just over the top for me to do that. I think that would have just finished it off nicely. I'm going to restrain myself. I'm not going to alter it because this is the way I made it for him in the beginning. I took a piece of vellum and I printed out the word grandpa on it, cut it out, and then used this little book plate. And then this is a very large brad that I used for the closure. The back, I just put an eyelet and then tied some string through. Again, be kind. This was my very first journal, and I just made it so that it would wrap around that brad. Okay. Now, as we open it up, you can see that there's some thick chipboard together. We've got this spine. Oh, it's now coming off because I didn't use strong glue like art glitter glue back then. I think I used Tombow. This is probably the glue I actually used. It was probably mono liquid glue. So, now I use art glitter glue to make sure it stays. And again, if I was redoing this now today, which, I may do another video kind of recreating this down the road, but, just going back to this book and how I would restructure it is I would have the brad covered with the paper instead of having it on the other side. Obviously, it was an afterthought on how I was going to do the closure, but hey, you got to start somewhere, right? So it's kind of nice to look back on this, to see how I can improve it and how I can change it and still be impressed with what I did. So in the front, I just used photo corners. I printed out on some photo paper a picture of our family. Just how you do the spine itself is there's a little cut file, but you end up making almost like, am I going to use that paper? No, I'm going to use scrap piece of paper. how can I not find a scrap piece of paper? I'm like precious with my paper. I'm like, oh, I don't want to waste a piece of paper folding it. But so how I believe this went is, yeah. So basically what you do is you take your strip of paper, you figure out how long you want the little spine page holders to be. So then you just fold them up like this. Kind of all the way along. I'll do another video showing you guys how I made this for sure, but this is just kind of an idea. And so when you glue this down, you have these little bits here that you're going to wrap your pages around or your pieces around, and then this gets glued into the spine. Okay, this portion here is just really simple. It's literally like a piece of cardstock, and it's just folded around. So obviously the spine would be as big as this piece, right? This little piece here is going to be as big as this, or just slightly smaller to fit inside. And then you glue it in like here, and then on the bottom to connect it, and then you end up making a little pocket. Those are your little pocket pages, okay? So all of these are pocket pages that are in here. Then what I did, so this is my dog Khaleesi, and Khaleesi and Bob were good buddies. He always took her for a walk, and she really kept him active as long as he could take her out walking. And then when I had, this is so long ago, my oldest now, so my oldest in this picture was probably about 3 or 4, somewhere around there. So he's 3. He's about 2 in this picture, 2 or 3, so he's about maybe 4 or 5, and then she's like 1 or 2. I think she was walking, so 2. So it's been a while because she's now 12 and he's now 15 and 13. All right, so in here I have slipped in little journal cards. And so what I had my kids do is just do little drawings. He loved drawings. So my art space now is his old bedroom in our basement. It's an unfinished basement, and he had his walls covered in the kids' artwork, so it really meant a lot to him. So I had tucked these in here. The kids decorated that, and then of course a little picture of my son here, and then another tag with their artwork, and then he could have written on the back or whatever. My daughter, and then this is her artwork in this a different kind of journaling card, just a different shape, but she drew on it, and the back. So this would be a really good idea for Mother's Day, Father's Day, for grandparents, just kind of create this little memory pocketbook and have like little things written in there for your family members. My oldest son and his drawing, I love that. And he drew on the back as well. It's so cute. And these are so precious now. And then, I've got the 2 boys in the back. So this is a photo shoot that my friend Cheryl had done for us. She did an amazing job. And so, yeah, this one just has, a zigzag edge on it. But, it gives you an idea. You can totally decorate this up any way you see fit. And then in the back here, I have a tiny little envelope, and inside, again, I'm going to try not to cry. It was a note from myself and my husband to my father-in-law, just, saying thank you for everything. Okay, here I go again. Deep breath. Okay. Sorry I got all emotional there, but, it is a time of year where it's his anniversary and we're missing him desperately. So yeah, that is this kind of little journal and my take on the prompt memory. It's reminding me of my amazing father-in-law, my very first little journal, and different ways that you can make your journals. We can use, digital programs like my Silhouette Cut Studio program or Silhouette Design Studio is an amazing place where I create things. In fact, yesterday's daily log, digital printable, I created that in the digital the Silhouette Studio program itself. So there's many things you can do with it, not just, for cut files, but actually designing as well, which is really great. And I believe the base program is free, I believe, and then you can go up from there. I have the designer edition, which allows me to do many things and a lot more than the standard does, but it's still a great program to play around with. So with all that said, I know it is a super short video, and I appreciate that you understand that it's, you know, a new routine for me, my word being routine this year, for me to do a video every day and to, you know, make crafting and this sort of thing a priority. Even just coming down in my space is a break of routine for me, because I usually, honestly, literally just completely crash after work. I make dinner and then I literally everything I can do to crawl into bed because I'm so tired, just physically and emotionally spent. But I'm trying to break that with this routine, and so I do appreciate that you're understanding that some of these videos might not be the most mind-blowing of videos, but I think they're important to revisit, and this was a really great thing for me to revisit, and I'm definitely going to be doing another one of these in the near future for you guys to see how it's put together and how you can use, you know, other programs. And I also have a Brother Scan and Cut as well that we can play around with in the future here too. So yeah, great things, a memory, and reminding me to use all the things, programs and tools that I have. So all that to say, that is memory for today. So go back and look at the journals you've made in the past if you can, spark ideas of how to reimagine them now in the future. And I thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you have a great day creating, and P.S. I love you.